Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. Today I want to chat with you guys about 15 money-saving habits I grew up with in the 1970s. Let's get right into it. I grew up in a suburb of St. Paul, Minnesota. I was born in Minneapolis, grew up in a suburb of St. Paul. And things were really different in the 70s. They started changing a lot in the 80s. But I want to share with you guys 15 money-saving habits our family grew up with. And I'm going to kind of tell you at the end of the video which ones of these I still do, or do I do any of these. First one is ironing. My mother always had an ironing day. She loved to iron, and she would also mend clothes. Do I do any of those? Actually, no. I don't even own an iron. Do any of you iron your clothes? My father still irons his jeans, and he's 85. Okay, now that's something, isn't it? Okay, number two, take good care of what you have. Now, I do feel like I do that, but things don't last like they used to. But my parents didn't just go replace things. They would do everything they could to repair everything and take really good care. Like my mom had a hand mixer. She used that over 50 years of marriage. And so they would keep a lot of the things they had for years and years and take really good care. Number three, we didn't buy snacks out. Like in the evening, we would watch variety shows. Do you guys remember the wonderful variety shows from the 70s? And we would sit down in the evening and we would have some popcorn that my dad or mom made in the popcorn popper. So we would eat snacks at home and entertain ourselves with watching a variety show on TV. Number four, except for special occasions, we didn't even have Kool-Aid or juice because our dentist told my parents, you know what, do not give your kids juice. It's really bad for your teeth because all it is sugar. You give them water or milk. That's what we had. You're thirsty, you don't get, pop or anything like that unless it was a special occasion. Number five, which brings me to that, treats were considered special. And hey, I'm guilty of this. You go to the store and you're like, oh, something pumpkin spice, or oh, something seasonal, and you get it. Well, I didn't grow up like that. First of all, there weren't as many variety of what is out nowadays, and a treat was maybe for a holiday or for a birthday. You didn't have dessert and things like that every day. You ate your regular 3 square meals, and if you wanted a snack, it was a glass of water and a piece of fruit. Okay, and you had to ask. I always had to ask for something. Like, we would have a little tiny snack after school, but if it was after lunch, like let's say you had lunch at noon and it was 3 o'clock and you were kind of hungry and you wanted to, have a little snack, you couldn't just go in the refrigerator or cupboard. You had to actually ask. I want to find out from you guys. Did you guys have to do that? Okay, number six, neighbors all helped each other with everything, which saves a lot of money. And everybody had a different skill set, so that really helped out a lot. Especially the guys, they would help each other. Like my mom, she was really good at ironing, so she would iron. One of the ladies was really good at sewing, so she would help with that. Everybody had something different to bring to the table, but it really helped save a lot of money. And they shared with what they had. So if somebody needed, instead of them having to go out and buy whatever it might be, say it's some special silverware or something, or a platter that you need because you're having company. You didn't go out and buy it. You saw if a neighbor had it, you took good care of it and returned it. So we did things like that. We shared. Number seven, we rarely shopped at all unless it was something that we needed or a planned trip. We didn't entertain ourselves and go out shopping that often unless it was something specific. Okay, number eight, we paid cash for everything. I remember my father and mother did have a Sears card, but besides that, my dad paid cash for everything. Number nine, we did do hand-me-downs. All the neighbors, we shared what we had, and we took good care of it. So we pressed it and took really good care. We hung it up in a special way on a hanger, and it was just, everything looked brand new, even when it was really old. Like I have a jacket from my mother that is from 1980. It honestly looks brand new. It's because they took good care of everything. Number 10, we ate smaller portions. I remember the delicious Pepperidge Farm cakes, non-sponsored. All this stuff is non-sponsored, but they were really yummy. Well, I might want half of the cake, but we would have like a little piece like this. Everything was very portion controlled, which meant you saved a lot of money on that. 11, now my mom didn't do this after a while, but growing up in the early 70s to 76, she did this. We always hung our clothes out to dry. But then eventually I think we did get a dryer. but we used to hang our clothes out to dry all the time. That's not something that I've done in a long time. When my daughter was really little, I tried it. I even tried to do the cloth diaper thing too. That lasted about a day. Okay, number 12, we visited family for vacations and obviously stayed with the family, and we all kind of shared what we had with each other, meals and everything, and everybody chipped in. 13, we always had a garden, and we had a vegetable garden, and we had rhubarb, and we made everything with rhubarb. How many of you love rhubarb? I used to just eat it by the stalk, and people thought it was weird, but I just loved rhubarb. Do you guys like rhubarb applesauce, rhubarb pie, anything like that? I really enjoy rhubarb. Okay. Next, 14, we did most of our entertaining at home. We would play cards. We played board games all the time. We'd watch variety shows. We'd watch movies on a Saturday night. And we were just kind of homebodies. And another thing is we would play sports outside in the yard. And we would just we had all sorts of little fun games. And there's a sport I'm thinking of, and I can't even think what it is, where you hit a ball through something. I don't remember offhand. My mind went blank. But we would have a lot of fun, you know, playing out in the yard, running in the sprinkler. We would play hopscotch. We did all of these things at home. We rode our bikes. So this is all very inexpensive stuff. And the last but not least, number 15, my parents set a budget for things. I'm going to give you one little example. When we went out of town and we visited my mother's family in Wisconsin, they lived kind of near the Eau Claire area. And so what my mother would do is she would give us each a few dollars that we could spend on a little toy, okay? And it was an Oliva Strum. I don't know if any of you have heard of Oliva Strum, Wisconsin. And my mom would just allow us and say, you can buy one thing. And it's kind of what my parents used to always do. Or like if we went to the grocery store, you can get this one thing. They would let us pick out something, but they always budgeted it. Same with clothes. We used to order our clothes from Sears, and my mother would say, you can get 2 outfits, but I love 3. I know you love 3, but we're getting 2. Which of the 2 do you like the best? Because you can't get 3, you can get 2. So we were set limits. So, you know, I actually do that one. But a lot of these money-saving ideas, some of them I do, some of them I don't do, but I should refer to this list because I think many of these things could save quite a bit of money. So let me know what you guys think. What are some old-fashioned money-saving tips that you grew up with whenever you grew up? Some of you grew up in the 70s, 60s, 40s, 30s, 90s. I mean, everybody's different. So when you grew up, what were some tips and tricks and money-saving tips you grew up with, and are you doing some of them today? That's all I have to say for now. I love you, I appreciate you, and I sure hope you come back for tomorrow morning's video. Bye-bye.